Yo guys, Theo here on Common Sense. Happy New Year guys. Today we're gonna go through the upper body workout I did right before breaking my Christmas fast this year. Or last year now, I guess. But around 85 hours in, so like 3.5 days of eating 0 calories going into this workout. And for those of you that are interested, I weighed on the first morning of the fast, because you can of course to exaggerate the difference, take the weight from in the evening right after dinner when you start the fast, but my first morning weight was 88 kilos. Going into this fast I weighed 85 kilos in the morning. And yeah, let's just talk about the workout in general, like any training workout video, but also why I did certain choices when being fasted. And so let's talk first a little bit about just fasted training. I'm someone that, well, I do train and I do fast, and I experimented a lot with both. And what I concluded about training on a fast is that it's not really that important, especially if you are someone that trains well, consistently and hard, and eats good protein all the time. Like, you're not going to have protein on the fast anyway, you don't get any building blocks, so this could be the one chance when you can kind of let go of this for a bit. And what I've suggested mostly and done myself is that if you're going to train on the fast, you can do like minimum stimulus, like 1 set per exercise. Just try to give every muscle the minimum, just sort of send a signal that, hey dear body, if you need protein for anything, take it from anything else than a muscle, because see, we're using that, we need it. Take it from skin, we have an excess of that anyway. What I will say though is I've never been able to observe any muscle loss. People ask and are afraid about it all the time. I've literally never been able to observe it. I've been doing fasting on and off throughout all these years, and I get accused of being like too huge, I must be on roids. So clearly I haven't lost muscle to any important degree from the fasting, right? But so that's why I typically wouldn't train so hard here. But after having Atlas Power Shrugged on my podcast, who is a natural lifter who's also into prolonged fasting, he approaches training a little bit different with the fasting. So that just made me feel like I at least want to try to have a little bit of a bigger workout. Again, we're doing upper body because I'm just trying to get on sync with my typical program. I'm just gonna do some changes because I'm fasting, right? And so one thing we do, we're still gonna cut down the volume a little bit to what I would do when not fasting, because historically I've been strong when training fasted. I just have less stamina. So we do 2 sets on the big exercises and no more isolations. We're still gonna do 3, and we're actually gonna do on some intensity techniques. So the first exercise, has been the first exercise of my upper body workout, even when not fasting. It's an L-sit chin-up. I've loved these. I'm quite upper back dominant, I realized. And this one just forces you to pull with your lats, puts you in a more disadvantageous position, and you just kind of have to pull with your lats. And so my personal best before, when I weighed 88 kilos, with a 25 was 6 reps. And of course these are the most rewarding exercises when you're fasting, because even if you would be weaker, you're a lot lighter. So yeah, I expected to do 7 reps with 25 kilos. Now I actually got 8, quite happy with that. Followed up, not drop sets on these, just followed up with a body weight set of 15 reps. It was quite cool, but you can see what I'm talking about in that clip, right? That it's way more of a diagonal pull when you do the L-sit version compared to just hanging down straight. And so the next exercise was a dip that I haven't done so much, but I've just started working them back in the program because I want to this year. And again, I knew that it was going to be more rewarding. On a flat bench press, I'm sure that I would have lost a rep compared to my best recently. And we're going to move away. I'm going to move away from the flat bench press for a while anyway. But so, yes, 40 kilos, 7 reps was the best I did before. Now I did 8, followed up with a 20 rep body weight rep set. And I probably could have done more of this, to be honest. So dips, all of you should know, it's chesticle, lower, mainly chest, but some shoulders, a lot of triceps too, of course. And yeah, for our next pull, since the L-sit chin-up was more of a lat focus, take here a wide grip T-bar row. Also give myself a little bit of a relief. Sometimes I would take an exercise that is just heavier, there's more fatiguing, but here I can pull with some chest support without gassing out too much. I'll say taking a wide grip like this, like many rows, in my experience, and for someone with my build at least, it's going to build the upper traps, but this angle and the wide grip like this, it's very much of a mid back and rear delt, of course, but not so much upper trap. But on this, just did one set, and then on the second set, double drop set, just pulled off. And you say prepare, gotta prepare so that you have the right amount to pull off and don't have to rearrange the weights or something like that. Then, since we did a more lower mid chest exercise with a dip, take an incline dumbbell press for more upper chest. And this one surprised me because I have done 9 reps with the 44 kilo dumbbells when I did it fresh, but at this stage in a workout, 7 reps is the best I've done when I did another push before, and I actually tied that. So yeah, surprised how well I performed. Then on the second set, moved down in dumbbells to 40s, and then did a drop set, mechanical drop set. This is an amazing one. When you just drop one of the dumbbells, squeeze together the other one, rep out. I feel like this would be a pretty stupid exercise if you just started like this. But it's great as a mechanical drop set like that. You'll be surprised how much you feel it in the chest, even when it's just one dumbbell like that. So now, if there's something that's missing, because of course you get a little bit of arms on all these exercises, but we're gonna want to add that. But the mid delt and upper traps, and a perfect place, a fifth exercise to put here is an upright row. Many of my clients will kind of recognize the patterning with how I program workouts. Love upright rows, but I haven't done them in a while. So I did one set with 45 kilos just to feel it out. So okay, I can have a bit more. Took 50 kilos. I think I did like 8 reps. Added some cheaty reps when you kind of hip hinge, to get the weight upright and try to control the negative. Then moving on to arm isolations, and because I just didn't want, I want to now at this point, it's like I just want to get some work in that's not too fatiguing, and again sparing the elbows a bit. So I take this spider curl that I've started doing recently that I like. It's nice on the elbows, definitely. To my surprise, I added a rep with this 30 kilo bar and did 14 reps. And with being honest with myself, with the quality too, because this is an exercise where it's kind of hard to tell. Like, I noticed that I feel as if I lose more range of motion when I look back on the recording. It doesn't look like it, right? But the other exercise, this one could be interesting for some people. I've been experimenting with this. I want to find a good long head exercise. And I've never really liked any triceps exercise for me personally when you stand with your hand behind you. But with a cable like this, you can kind of adjust your body and the direction of the resistance. And I feel like I can put myself so I get a perfect stretch on that long head of the triceps, and I've been able to progress nicely so far. And I just suspect some people that get some elbows issues with certain triceps exercises would enjoy this one. For the spider curl, I did another, we did 3 sets on both of these. They didn't film that. I did a drop actually on the triceps exercise, but on the spider curl, just prepared so I could move back, do just a lower weight. Disgusting burn from that one. Then I actually did more that I didn't film. I just did some lateral raises, like 3 sets of 20-ish reps, like pretty much that I take a weight that I can do like 20 reps good, and then the other times I'm just gonna keep doing 20 reps even if it's like partial reps at the end, and I superset that with a wrist curl or finger curl, as you would call it, when you let the bar go all the way into your fingers. But yeah, this was the workout, and it's like, I think you can all see, like, it's like 2 different pushes and pulls are the main thing, where I'm someone that my shoulder has so good development without much shoulder pressing, even if I have done that, but that's what I'm going to focus on the least in a workout like this, because my 2 different pushes, I'm going to get a good amount of front delt, some mid delt also, with different angles here, also for the chest, of course. 2 different pulls, one that's more lat focused, one that's more kind of upper or mid back focused, and then the upright row, get more traps, mid delt. And then for me, because I feel like the arms are the weak point that needs the extra love in a workout like this, the isolations are focused on the arms like that. But yeah, I gotta say, as a kind of final words here, I am surprised that on the isolations, like further into when it's like rep work, that's just when I think about it logically, when I don't have any glycogen in my muscles, and that's what just doesn't make sense to me at all, what I didn't expect. But that's the result I got, you know. So I think I'll still be thinking the way I've had, because, you know, what Atlas said on the podcast was, you know, because there are things that happen when you fast, that there's this huge spike in growth hormone and stuff. And, you know, of course we want to think, like, when we get that natural kind of spike, like, can we use this to build muscle somehow? But we are also fasting, we're not eating. The way he kind of reasoned about it was like, you know, he has less time as a family man to me, so he wants to get his workouts in, even when fasting. And, you know, he's thinking that when he breaks the fast, like all the growth hormones of that, somehow maybe that's when, you know, I get use of all of that. And also, just to be clear, so I just single him out, when we were talking about this, he was admitting also this is all bro science, it's like speculation, right? But to me, the way I've thought about it is just that, you know, now, I mean, protein synthesis from a workout is just elevated a certain amount of time. So it seems to me that training too early on a fast, when it's too long until you're going to eat again, that to me just doesn't seem like it's going to be that productive. Like this kind of workout, muscle building workout, what I mean, again, you could do mobility work, you could just exercise, you could do some cardio or skill work, but when, you know, to build muscle, it just doesn't make sense to me. But I think what I will start, because now for some time what I've done is that I've done the refeed on a day, and then the next day gone and had like a full body workout, often to just what I call it, say welcome back to training, dear body, afterwards. But I think now what I'm going to do, when I notice that I can perform quite well, even deeply fasted, I'm gonna end like a fast by hitting a good workout and then break the fast with food. But yeah, that was just kind of cool, unexpected. I did not expect to perform so well. Like I said, I've done 1 rep maxes before, and like, you know, that was surprising when I started, but at this point it's like, okay, I kind of get it. Like, I still have my muscle, just move weight once, but it would make sense to me also that I have less stamina when I haven't eaten for several days. So this was just surprising, and I guess, yeah, this is what I wanted to say. I guess when I did most of my experiments with all of this, I was still newer to both fasting and training, and I've noticed how I have adapted. Even when I did it differently, like not as much together, I have adapted a lot more to both of them. So maybe it's just that too, the long-term adaptation. That's a final point here. Training, even a thing like fasting, it's crazy to me how you're just never done getting like better and more adapted to it. You could just level up forever, basically. So that's probably part of it, but it's kind of interesting. You know, in the grand scheme of things, I have not trained all that long, right? Like, as I'm recording this, a bit over, it's like barely 6.5 years, right? So yeah, because some of these guys that I talk about that start fasting, they have trained way longer, right? Anyway, guys, I hope that was enjoyable, and if there's something I want to influence the natural bodybuilding community with, it's like, fucking try fasting. You won't lose your muscle. It's actually great, amazing for many, many things. So please like and comment, guys. And yeah, I do holistic bodybuilding coaching, getting jacked and stacked mentally, physically, spiritually, working on ourselves, body, mind, and soul, becoming that individual that manifests a certain physique through the internal person that they are. They are jacked, you understand? So if you're interested, send me a DM on Instagram or email me. It's in the description below. Pick up my training book, Everything Philosophy, Training and Mindset you need in order to become a jacked and stacked, self-reliant individual. And please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. Fasting is awesome. Peace.